Next slide. What are these tools that you give us, Don? I keep saying the word tools. I'm going to start with kvCore. So 18 months ago, 20 months ago, we didn't have a good tech stack for you, a good website, CRM, a good platform where you could do all these tools. And you need these things to succeed. Or at least I think I needed to offer them to you to help you succeed. As a side note, you need to have a website in this business. If Ethan loves me and thinks I'm a good realtor, and he tells Danielle, I use a lot of my staff in the background as guinea pigs, so you get used to that. If Ethan tells Danielle, Donnie's a great realtor, you should call Donnie. What's Danielle going to do before she picks up the phone? She's going to Google me, Donnie Sampson. If I don't have my own website or I don't have my own presence on the internet, she's not going to call me. I can't market myself. How can I market your house? So we give you a custom website that you can customize all yourself, make it your own, modify it the way you want, DonnieSampson.com. Don't use that. That's my name. Use your own name for your website, but you get the idea. So you got a customizable website. So that's where some of these tools that kvCore has. So let me back up for 1 second. Why kvCore? So I personally went through all the best tech stacks in the industry. I did 2-hour webinars on all of them. I came out with the top 2 or 3, and I said, okay, these are the ones that work best for our company. Let me go see what I can negotiate. Well, people, when they came to me and they told me about kvCore, some of the realtors, they said, it's great, but I said, what do you pay? They go, $1,200, $1,300 a month. I go, $1,200, $1,300 a month? First of all, this thing's got to be great. But second of all, what do you think? I'm made of money? I can't do this for thousands of realtors. So I was excited about it, but as I dove in, I was like, well, this is the Mercedes, the BMW, the Lexus. This is the best one. I don't think I can afford it, but we'll see. So I went to New York to the Inman conference. I started negotiating. Turns out at the time I had 3,000 realtors, and they will negotiate a little bit with you when you bring that kind of volume to the table. So every single thing on kvCore is free. Everything I'm telling you is free to you as the realtor if you join us. So the customizable website's the first thing. That is the minimum I had to give you. Smart CRM. What's the difference between a smart CRM and a not-so-smart CRM? So a not-so-smart CRM, we put in a spreadsheet, and great, it's got my names in it. Now what do I do with it? You try to create some emails out or whatever it is, but it's not doing a lot for you, right? A smart CRM, if Danielle clicks on any kind of ad or landing page or website I've got, it pulls down all of Danielle's information. It pulls down her name, her phone number, her emails, any social platforms, and it's going to start nurturing that person with emails back to them and interact with them. It uses all the artificial intelligence in the world that they can muster back there and starts to try to connect with that client and make them a future, or that, I guess, prospect, and tries to make them a future customer, client, and friend of yours by starting to engage that person as soon as they hit your database. So that's a smart CRM. It gives you market snapshots and listing activity reports and lots of other great features. Market snapshot is a monthly report that you're sending to your client for free. It's all built in here, right? I used to pay $100 a month for this product when I was out in the industry. I had over 400 people a month getting a market snapshot. Why? Because, look, with all due respect, we've all done the winterize your hose bibs and here's the cheesecake of the month. Nobody cares about that stuff, okay? What does everybody care about? The house pricing around their street, their neighborhood, their area. Look, I'm in real estate. I drive by this down my circle to get home tonight. If there's a sign in the yard, you can best bet I'm pulling that up on my phone before I hit my own driveway. I want to see what that house looks like, what they're asking. We all do, right? Well, I want to be the person that brings all that information to everybody in my database, all my friends, my past clients, my sphere of influence, my teams that I'm on or coaching, my people, my friends at church, whatever it is, I want to be the person. So I'm going to put everybody I know into a market snapshot situation so they get those monthly updates with my picture, my branding, my face on them. They're not going to use you if they don't remember who you are. They're not going to refer you if they don't remember that you're in real estate and you're a pro in this industry. So all that's free. The next couple key features, I could go on for kvCore forever. I'm going to just do a couple features for you. It gives you 3 apps. The first app is your robot coach. So I log in today, and it says, reach out to Danielle. Danielle hit your market snapshot 5 times this week. Oh, okay, hey. Now what you're not going to do is, hey, Danielle, I see that you touched my market snapshot 5 times. That's weird. It's creepy. She'd be like, why are you stalking me? But I'm going to reach out to Danielle and say, hey, how's it going? How's the husband? How are the kids? How are things going? Well, Donnie, it's funny you call. We're kind of thinking about, is this house big enough for us or whatever the case may be, right? The other thing it's going to do is it's going to bubble up to the surface anything else going on. So it might say, hey, your friend Mark has looked at 10 homes in Gainesville this week. Oh, hey, Mark, how's it going? How are the kids? Oh, Haley just went off to college, didn't she? Well, they're doing that because Maybe they're looking at home for, he's going to lead you right into the conversation while he's looking at houses in Gainesville. Maybe the kids are out of college now and he's thinking about other options, all right? But you want to be able to know that they're in the database doing stuff. So bubbles it to the top on the app, tells you who to reach out to. Great. Second app is your open house app. So what that does is maybe you're like me when you sold real estate. You might get 20 people into an open house, and we're good at getting the low-hanging fruit. The one that walks in and says, I would like to buy a house, and I don't have a realtor yet. Well, I'm off at 4 o'clock. Let me go show you some houses, sir. Or I'm thinking about listing my home. I'm interviewing agents. Okay, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, what night's good for you? I will be there, and I would love to interview with you. That's what I call the low-hanging fruit. The other 19 people that walked into that open house, that's the problem, right? My bet is that half of them are going to do something in the next year, maybe just not today, right? Not everybody's doing something today, but they're starting to look because they're thinking about selling or they're thinking about buying. Well, if you're like me, you got them all to sign in, and maybe you wanted to follow up on Monday, but it kind of slid off your to-do list because Monday happened, and then it moved to Tuesday, and then I didn't feel like calling back, or I felt weird, or I missed them, and I don't know, whatever it was, right? They slid further and further down your desk. All of a sudden, you look back a week or two from now, you're like, well, those are dead leads now, and you put them all in the trash can. 19 opportunities missed. But what if you put them all in your app as soon as they signed up in that day, and at 5 o'clock, they all got a text. Thanks so much for coming to my open house. It was great meeting you today. Then the next morning, they get set up on a buyer or a seller series report or market snapshot, whichever one you tagged them on is when you put them in there. Possible buyer, possible seller. Well, now they're getting reports, they're getting emailed, they're getting nurtured. You're not going to get them all, but there's a good chance you get a couple of those 10 people that were going to do something the next year. Now, all of a sudden, I'm in the ball game. I'm in the game. I'm talking to them. I was out of the game if I didn't use the app. Now, with our open house app, you're in the conversation. You're talking to them. You're emailing them. There's a possibility that you connect with them, or a lot better possibility, right? The third app is for your buyers. So let's pretend Danielle's my buyer. I'm going to send her a link so she can search for home in my app, my Millions Map app. So why do I want her to search in my app? Well, this is not to stereotype, but I speak the truth, unfortunately. Hopefully it doesn't get me in trouble. Is if she doesn't look at my app, she's probably going to look in one of two places, or one of two apps out there, I think. The first one is Zillow. Well, anytime Danielle clicks on a house in Zillow, what happens? She's got 5 different realtors that we all paid for ads on their site, and we're on a contact. Oh, Danielle, hey, I'd love to help you out. Well, there's a chance one of them is smarter, funnier, and prettier than me, and all of a sudden she starts working with them as their buyer agent, not me. Well, I don't want that to happen. There's a lot of people smarter, funnier, and prettier than me that she might start working with. The second place she might go, if it's not Zillow, is Redfin, right? They got a great app, good home search, great. Well, what happens every time they click a home in Redfin? You don't need a realtor. Come with me. I'll save you thousands of dollars. Go directly to the listing agent. Schedule an appointment now. Well, I don't want that either. I've worked hard trying to build this relationship with Danielle. She's my client. I want to make sure we stay together. She doesn't want to be bothered, and I certainly don't want her to be bothered. So I would like her to search in my app, where now we can communicate with each other. We can build this relationship together instead of worrying about people tearing us apart. So the third app, that's great for your buyers. Now, a few companies out there offer kvCore, but they stop right there. They don't go to the couple extensions I'm going to talk about. The other thing is most companies that offer kvCore offer you charge you a tech fee, $75, $80, $100 a month, whatever it is. We don't charge anything, remember, this is all free. But there was 2 additions that just popped on your screen, Core Listing Machine and Core Social, that I felt like you had to have as a realtor when I dug into this system more. So Core Listing Machine, what that does is that creates a single property website for every one of your listings as soon as you put it in the MLS. So you put in 123 Center Street, it automatically pops up this single property website. Now, I would go a step further, and I would go to GoDaddy, I'd give them $10, and I would buy 123center.com. And now, all of a sudden, I can advertise that 123center.com on all the different websites. I'm going to go pay $5 to put a rider on it that says 123center.com, and everybody in the neighborhood's going to drive by and be like, oh, they got their own website, 123center.com, let me go there. It also posts that website to all of your social media platforms. So anybody that clicks it on the social media platforms, clicks it on your ads, or goes there organically through the rider, what happens? Well, anybody that clicks it comes down into my database. Now they're my possible clients to reach out to. That is creating business, creating leads for you. You know who else is going to love 123center.com? Seller. They're going to love it, right? They love, oh, that sounds fancy. I want my own website, my own URL. Costs you nothing. I created the website for you for free, spent a couple bucks to buy the name. Even if you don't buy the name, you still got the website for free, which is great. And it goes to all the social media platforms. The last add-on was Core Social. So a lot of us want to be better at social media, but we don't know what to say. We don't want to do it all ourselves. So they've got 15 different categories. You sign up, you say, I want to talk about gardening and home improvement and finance and real estate. And I want to post about Fairfax County on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Set it up once. It's going to post fresh, dynamic articles Monday, Wednesday, and Friday about the topics that you wanted in the areas that you wanted. Now, a couple tips, or one thing first. Are 100 people going to like everyone and share them and think you're the best writer in the world? No, of course not. But they're going to continue to see your face, your business, your brand in a professional way. They need to continue to remind them you're in the business, you're a pro, you're giving them great tips on everything around the real estate industry, not just homes. It's building your brand and your professional equity with them. So that's really important. The second little tip is this. Look, you don't have to write the articles. You don't have to read them all, but be aware of the articles that are posted to your feeds. I get the story all the time. They're like, oh, I really loved that article you posted about mortgage last week, Donnie. And then people are like, well, I don't know, what article are you talking about? Well, that's not a great way to start the relationship, okay? So if you're going to post them on your social media, make sure you're aware of what the articles that we're posting for you are. But, so the two apps are great. The last thing we do, which is kind of Facebook and kvCore together, is this. And I know I've been talking a lot, but I want to make sure you focus on this one. We give you a free Facebook ad for every single listing you put on the market. Free Facebook ad. We also give you a second Facebook ad for every single open house you put on the market. So, free Facebook ad for the listing, free Facebook ad for the open house. What happens when people click these ads? Right back into your database. They're averaging 6, 8, 10 leads per ad that go out there, depending. I've had them go up as high as 40, 50, 60 leads, and some of them only get 3 or 4. But if I'm creating 10 leads per ad, that's 20 new leads that you're getting just for listing and putting an open house on the market. That's fantastic. Those are free. They're yours. You go make some more money on them. Free Facebook ad, every listing, every open house. All right, that's everything with kvCore. A lot of the tech stack we gave you in the